Dirt Tracks is sponsored by Polaris, think outside. Can-Am, time for some off-road living. And by Yamaha, revs your heart.
Alrighty, Mikey, you all ready for our adventure this week or what, bud?
I'm actually super pumped about this adventure. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, you know, when the folks at Can-Am had suggested that we experience one of their Uncharted Society providers, I was just like, damn straight, hook us up, and I couldn't think of a better guy to take along on the trip than you.
Well, I appreciate the invite, man, for sure. You know, I haven't been out to this part of Canada in about 30 years, so to be able to come out here and ride Can-Am ATVs and have such an awesome experience. Like, the cool thing about Uncharted Society is it's BRP working with all these outfitters. I think there's like 175 outfitters across 12 countries, and there's like literally hundreds of different adventures that you can go on, and it's not just off-road either.
No, I mean, they cater to pretty much any product that they sell. They have an experience that caters towards it. So if you're into fishing, you can go out to the South Keys of Florida and you can do a really cool fishing expedition. If you're into snowmobiling, you can go up to Alaska to do some really cool tours.
That's awesome.
And the other thing that I really like about Uncharted Society is that it doesn't just appeal to guys like you and I who own off-road vehicles and wants to maybe just be able to sort of like not have to drive to the destination, but can sort of just go out, fly, and experience some like these worldly adventures. But the other thing that's really good about it is it brings new blood into the sport.
Yeah.
The outfitter that we're going to be hooked up with this week is Toby Creek Adventures. They're located in Panorama, BC. Spectacular views, and they offer both ATV and side-by-side adventures. And they're super amped to have us out there, but I can tell you, not nearly as amped as I am to go out there.
Yeah, like we're gonna be riding ATVs one day and side-by-sides the next day, and going up into the mountains and doing some riding.
Yeah, it's going to be a great way to sort of showcase what Uncharted Society is all about and to try it firsthand. So
yeah.
Hey, welcome, boys.
Hey, Dean, pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Mitch, pleasure to meet you, Mitch.
Hey,
Awesome.
Mitch.
Right on. Well, welcome to Toby Creek Adventures, fellas.
Yeah, thank you. We're excited.
Going to show you a great viewing of what we offer here on our ATV tours. All right, so we're going to take you up to the old Paradise Silver Mine. All right, Mitch will be guiding you.
That's cool. And today we're going to be focused on ATVs.
Correct, yeah. So we'll have you on the Can-Am 570s. So we've got the Outlander Maxes, so you'll be both riding one of those.
Beautiful.
All right, and then tomorrow we'll show you the
big Commander.
Here we go.
Sweet.
Perfect.
Yeah,
get a little bit of both.
Man, that is a beautiful view out there.
Just a little stop that we like to make, guys, on our tour, just to make sure everyone's doing good, but also a pretty cool view, right? You can see Toby Creek drainage down there, a local ski hill panorama. More importantly, though, you can see where we're heading. So all the way up there to that ridge line on the right, up in the Alpine. So that's we've got our cabin up there. That's where Paradise Mine is, and that's our end goal. About 8,000 feet elevation up there. We just came up about 4 kilometers of trail and about 1,000 feet elevation.
That's sweet. And we're going to be diverting off this main trail for a little bit and stopping at a waterfall as well.
Yeah, so our next stop's gonna be at a waterfall, and then just beyond that, there's a little single track trail that we'll go to. It's an old trapper's cabin. You get to the base of a really cool mountain.
All right, so if I'm not mistaken, this is the waterfall area that we're going to go and check out?
This is our waterfall, yeah. So this is another one of the stops that we like to make. Just about a 6-second walk up this hill here.
Now, if beer commercials have taught me anything, that right there is Glacier Fresh Kokanee coming right out of the mountains. Ah, that's really nice, holy.
If you're going to go on an ATV tour, then you have accessibility to some other cool little landmarks that you would not have access to on a side-by-side.
Sure.
So we got to that trapper's cabin, and then what was also cool is that 50 feet beneath that trapper's cabin or so, There was the top of the waterfall.
Yeah, that was wicked. There's that little stream running and then it just falls off, you know, 50 feet, 100 feet. I mean, it's a
100
pretty,
plus for sure.
The view was just incredible.
Dirt Tracks is sponsored by Hercules Tire. Ride on our strength.
Yeah, I'm on top, can't be stopped, shooting my shot. Oh, 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 yeah, I'm the one, I'm a legend, get what I want. Oh, 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 yeah, I'm on top, can't be stopped, shooting my shot. Oh, 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 yeah, I'm the one, I'm a legend.
And I guess we have arrived, haven't we?
That's right. Welcome to the summit of Paradise Ridge here, guys. We've got the Rocky Mountains east over here. We're in the middle of the Purcell Mountains, sitting at about 8,000 feet elevation with 2,600 meters.
We made it to the top.
I love the variety of terrain that we've gone through today. Typically, what would this be? About 3-hour tour?
Just about 3 hours.
I think one of the things that everyone should sort of consider when they're seeing this segment is, as crazy as this may seem to some people, you know, we're getting up to this summit, skill level for being able to do this doesn't have to be advanced.
Not totally, no. I mean, we do a lot of training and throughout the day when we're getting people up here to try to make them get up as high as we can. You know, a little bit of experience is always nice, but you definitely don't have to be an expert to get up here.
No, not at all.
It was a really cool experience, you know, easy for beginners, just like you, Burns. Your first day on an ATV, wasn't it?
Hey, I thought we were going to talk about that.
Boom!
Okay, guys, welcome back for day 2. You guys ready to go? Awesome.
Absolutely.
Awesome. So a little bit different today. We're going to be taking these side-by-sides up. I think we're going to head right up to the top right away here. We got some snow last night. Hope you guys are ready for it.
Yeah.
Should be a nice day, though, besides that.
That'll just add to the adventure.
Absolutely. Awesome. So Toby Creek Adventures has been in operation since 1996. We've been operating up here in Paradise Bowl since the early 2000s. This is one of our main operating zones where we take both ATV and side-by-side and snowmobile tours up daily, guided trips. We also have tenure for snowmobiles in other drainages throughout the Columbia Valley.
Day 2 was the focus on side-by-sides, and we're taking the Commanders, which is the 4-seat Commanders, and we were going to be doing a slightly different route up to the top, a little bit more friendly with regards to the wider side-by-sides, but our destination that we were going to be going for was Paradise Basin, or sometimes what they refer to as Paradise Bowl.
Which actually is an old mining town, surprisingly enough, right down in this basin. So being able to come up here and get through on the side-by-sides and tool around in the bowl was really cool.
Welcome to Paradise Basin. This is, we're actually at the site of an old mining community here, in operation from late 1800s into the 1950s. And right here where we're standing was actually an old mining community. We used to house about 100 people year round.
Oh yeah.
So a lot of history in this spot. Pretty cool.
And they were mining silver? Is that
Silver,
what they were mining
yeah, that's
here?
right. Silver mine. So it's actually what it's called is galena. It's a common mineral found around here. It's a combination of silver, lead, and zinc. So mostly here for the silver. We don't find any silver up here anymore, but we find lots of lead.
Dirt Tracks is sponsored by Princess Auto. Make it work.
You know, I think one of the highlights for me was reaching the peak of Paradise Ridge. It was incredible. 8,000 feet elevation, and we got right to the very top. You know, that's the coolest thing about being up here. You're not going to get to these locations hiking. You know, it's a long haul, and the off-road vehicles are capable of getting us there.
welcome to our cabin.
Awesome.
Pretty sweet. We were just out in the bowl. That's where the mining community was that I was talking about before. This is where the actual mine site was. So back here, that's the original mine shaft. And this right here is the original blacksmith cabin.
That's cool.
So yeah, it's been a cabin standing there for almost 150 years.
Oh man.
Some might even say this is paradise, I guess.
Exactly, that's right.
You can pay me for that one.
There you go.
An important takeaway for someone that's interested in this is that with this being Uncharted Society, this is fully certified by BRP. And BRP goes through the whole process of vetting these outfitters, which, as you mentioned earlier, is 175 plus.
Across 12 countries. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So
there's literally hundreds of tours you can go on.
Hundreds and hundreds of different destinations. So, you know, you as an avid rider being able to come out here to have the confidence that that outfitter is fully certified, meaning that they have full insurance, they've got qualified employees, experienced guides. A lot of them already hire mechanics to take care of the machines.
And they have quality BRP equipment.
I think one of the other things that really added to our experience, why it was so good, is that we went with a guide that had 27 plus years experience. Toby Creek has been around, what, since 1996, he said? And they have like dozens of guides that have all these experiences as well. And so, you know, that's one of the things for someone to take into consideration. If you're going to be going out and wanting to seek out some of these experiences, do your research, investigate that site that BRP has, and go with an outfitter that has all that experience.
So yeah, over the past 2 years when we've been a part of the Uncharted Society, it has provided some benefits for us. We get earlier access to machines, whether it be the newer models, get easier access to parts, which allows us to have a big stock on hand so that we can keep all of our machines up to tick and ready to go on a daily basis. I have to say my favorite part about guiding though is when we take clientele down at the end of the day and they talk about how that we've shown them the best day of their lives. We get people who walk away being more interested, we get people who come absolutely scared, never done anything like this before, and when they walk away they're blown away with themselves.
Some of Mitch's comments about how those people that have just experienced off-roading for the first time or snowmobiling in the winter for the first time have walked away considering that they're interested in getting into the market.
Yeah, you got to get them on the seat of a vehicle if you want to get them into the sport.
Yeah, so programs like this I think are great for the whole community.
Agreed.
We came, we saw, we conquered. Our first Uncharted Society experience was, by all counts, a success, I would say.
I'd say amazing, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, working with Vern and Mike over the past couple of days has been amazing. Fun, easygoing, awesome. We've had some complications with weather, but I think it all turned out well. Hopefully you guys had a great time too.
Every weather pattern in the entire season, for sure.
That's the thing, and who would have guessed it would have been snowing here in July?
Absolutely.
Joking. Yeah, I mean, I was looking for something that was incredibly experiential. I was looking for something that was going to get my adrenaline going. And are you driving today? Totally got my adrenaline going.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank
you. Full props to you, buddy. Programs like this, I think, are great for the whole community.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
But overall, dude, I had an awesome time.
Yeah, me too, man. Yeah, it's been a great couple of days.
Yeah, and like I said at the beginning, it was like, it couldn't have been a better experience.
No, absolutely, absolutely. Should we hug it out?
Maybe not.
I'm so lovable though.
Yeah.
Dirt Tracks has been sponsored by Kawasaki. Let the good times roll. And BRP Performance Exhaust, built for the victory lap. And by Mad Ramps. Leave the trailer and go.
Having our 2024 Outlander Pro around for the past few months has really given us the opportunity to put it through all of the scenarios that we think it's going to be used in the real world. But seeing as this is an Outlander Pro hunting edition, we thought why not take it to the next level of hunting readiness? And in particular, I thought that because I need a hunting rig for back home. And when we're done, well, I might just keep it around my house. And don't get me wrong, in stock form this is an excellent ATV for any task, but hunting for sure with its camo graphics, included 3,500 pound winch and nice bumpers right from the factory. But I want to see what Can-Am has available to gear this thing up even further and make it more Well, truth be told, more comfortable for hunting up in the Great White North, where it gets cold and wet during the hunting season. And keeping dry and warmer when you're out on the hunt can mean the world of difference between your enjoyment. So we're going to take a look at a few areas that Can-Am Genuine Parts and Accessories can help us out. And if my hands get cold, I'm not having fun. I've frozen so many times back when I raced snowcross that I messed up my blood vessels, so handguards are really important to me. Adding full coverage and going on very simply means that you can use these with or without a windshield, and they look nice, not too bulky, and will keep the mud and wind off your gloves. And speaking of mud off of you, I'm a fan of fender flares, as long as they don't look goofy. You know what I mean, just enough to give coverage but not dwarf the ATV. And the Outlander Pro flares are just that. Extra protection, but still stylish. They bolt on really easily and add all-around protection with a decent-sized mud flap out back as well. And during hunting season, things do get muddy out my way, so I know I'll be thankful that I've got these, and even in the summer months, they're not gonna hurt. Whether you're trying to find a food plot or locate a ground blind or tree stand, having a GPS or a cell phone available in the heads up on your ATV is really important, and it means that you're gonna get where you're going and back again. The console extension is easy to install and gives us the perfect location to mount a GPS or the included magnetic phone mount so that we can have a heads-up view of where we are and where we're heading. Now you might ask, how do I power my GPS or cell phone? Well, the console extension can also house the USB extension outlet so that you have a power port handy and ready to power anything that you'd like. Now as an added bonus, the console extension offers more bolt-on accessories to give you a whole host of functions. The Adventure High windshield is one of those and bolts directly to the extension. Working with the handguards, this is the ultimate in wind and rain protection for riding and really looks nice once installed. Now while I'm talking about power up here at the console, there are a couple other things that I want to add while I'm here. Number one, LED driving lights. These little 3.5-inch LED lights might not look like much, and they sure don't use much power at 14 watts apiece, but they do throw a bunch of light towards the front of the trail. Built out of rugged aluminum and with a nice adjustable base, you can place the light right where you need it. And with the wiring harness option, it's an easy plug-and-play setup to get these wired in. The second thing I like to have on the trail is tunes. Yeah, I know it's not going to be used on the hunt day, but I sure like having some music when headed into the camp or out working clearing the shooting lanes or trails back to the stand. And the MTX handlebar mounted soundbar with harness is loads of sound from a very small package. And it's right up front where I need it. It's got simple to use controls, Bluetooth connectivity, 150 watts is very powerful, and the IP66 waterproof rated means that it's going to be there even when it rains. And it's even got backlit controls for those late night rides back to the camp. Now when it comes to bringing gear along with you, I wanted to show you a whole bunch of different options. Keep in mind not all of these are going to work together. You'll get the idea as we go through it, but I just wanted to show you that there are a great amount of link attachments available for your side-by-side and ATV. Up front, the storage cover has pre-marked dots for where you need to put your base plate mount. Once installed, you can use this area for just about anything that you'd like. Mounting of the Link gun boot fits on the front rack perfectly, as does the gear grips with the Link bases built right in. These will actually go anywhere to hold a rifle, an axe, or anything that you can pinch in there. Say it's heading back to help fix a broken ATV or tighten up the bolts on a tree stand, well, snap in the Link toolkit that comes fully equipped with the tools that you might need out on the trail or around the camp. Not needing tools? We'll grab a 10-liter Link toolbox and put some extra rain gear in there or your lunch for the day. The options really are quite wide-ranging. Now, if it's a trail cleanup day or brushing your way back to a new stand, you need to take your chainsaw with you and a bunch of extra gear. And Can-Am has what I think is the coolest and slickest chainsaw holder in the entire industry. With the front cover removed, the chainsaw holder locks into place down behind the front suspension so that your saw, bar, and chain are actually protected and out of the way. No more bars sticking off the front rack or the saw wanting to slide around. And there's even lots of room for a fuel can up front. This is something that I won't be without in the future. Such a great idea. And on those long days of trail clearing, having a more sizable cargo box can also be really handy. The 53-liter box can be mounted both front or rear, but with the saw holder, out back is where I'm going to have it. Having this increased capacity means I can bring saw-specific tools, safety gear, and extra food and water, and clothing, so I'm not worried about getting caught in the rain, cold, or dark, and have everything I'd need for a full day's work. And it's link mounted for install and removal, so it's quick and easy. Now inevitably, this immaculate Outlander is going to get scratched, it's going to get left out in the sun, and it's going to get dirty. And so having quality restorers and cleaners is also another important part of keeping this investment sound. For cleaning of all the surfaces from chrome to aluminum, plastic and poly or glass, the XPS multi-surface cleaner does a great job of bringing back the showroom shine and cutting through the grime that will find its way onto your ATV. Likewise, after years of use, you're going to see black plastics and rubber parts fade due to UV exposure and use. XPS has a really cool plastic and rubber restorer that you can use to bring back that nice rich color after the elements have had their way. And let's be honest, we aren't buying these ATVs to not use them, but keeping them looking their best is just a good way to protect our investments. While I've added a lot of bells and whistles to the Outlander today, it doesn't mean that you have to put all of these on in one go. Any one of these parts will help you and benefit you when you're out there, whether it's work or play, and it's just going to make the job a whole lot more enjoyable.